Welcome back to TechKidFX for another price prediction update, and in this video I'll be giving you a price prediction update on Harmony One, whose current price stands at the $0.02059 mark, and here on TradingView the market is up by 5.05%. And in this video I want to give the key scenarios that I expect to play out, basing my analysis on the Elliot waves and the Fibonacci's, and also on the key areas of support and resistances. So if you're interested in such content, make sure that you stick around till the end of the video. I'll kickstart the video by giving a brief of what has been happening on this chart. From the all-time high, we have been seeing lower prices in this massive ABC correction, which has taken us to around the $0.016 mark, and I believe by so doing Harmony One has done whatever it needed to do in its ABC correction, and soon we might see that pump to an all-time high in this Elliot wave pattern, having a wave 5 taking us back to an all-time high. But before that plays out, there are key scenarios that I expect to first play out down here. So if I jump to the 4-hour chart, here on the 4-hour chart, everything has been playing out according to what I expected. We had been trading within this channel down here, then we broke out of it and went above a key area of resistance above the $0.19 mark. We continued pushing the prices to the upper side and got into this yellow target that I have over here, which is the minimum that I expected this wave to the upper side to do, and that I was basing it on the Fibonacci's. So if I apply the fibs here once more to that low down there, you can see that this yellow target lies between the fib level 0.38 fib level and the fib level 0.618. That is the minimum that I expected that wave in that retracement to do. And once we touched that yellow target, we started seeing lower prices in another retracement, and also that retracement which has taken us back to around the $0.19 mark, where we found support yesterday, and we have started seeing a nice recovery to the upper side. I expected that also to play out, because once we saw that high yesterday, I expected us to first see a retracement to the lower side for us to continue pushing to the upper side once more. So if I apply the fibs once more from that high of yesterday to the low at around the $0.16 mark, you can see that the price retraced to the $0.19 mark, which perfectly coincides with the fib level 0.618, and from there we found support on that key area of support, and we are having that bounce to the upper side. So on this chart I can say that the Fibonacci's have been perfectly respected, and that brings me to the key scenarios that I expect to play out on this chart. And the very first one is that now that you have seen this retracement to the lower side to around the $0.19 mark, which perfectly coincides with the fib level 0.618, it's possible that we continue pushing the price of Harmony One to the upper side. And in that move, I expect us to go above this key area of resistance once more. That is at around the $0.022 mark, and once we break above it, we can then have a retest of that area and then continue pushing higher. And once we start trading above this high that we made yesterday, then it could be possible that we continue unlocking even higher prices and go to around the $0.03 mark, where we be facing our next key area of resistance. And in that move to the upper side, I can try and get a target area using the trend based fib. So from the low down here at around the $0.016 mark to that high that we made yesterday, then drag the fibs to this low down here, we get a target area at around the $0.03314 mark. That is the minimum that I'd expect us to go to the upper side once we break above the $0.03 mark, and also break above this key area of resistance at around the $0.02 mark. So it's very possible that we see that move to the upper side. And if I also check the RSI to see whether that move to the upper side is supported, On the RSI, we are trading at around the 47 mark, and that would mean if we continue pushing to the upper side, those moves are supported here on the RSI because we are not yet in the overbought region. So that move on the RSI has room for it to play out. The other key scenario that can play out is of course to the downside, because we still have a downside possibility, and for that move to play out, maybe we can try and push to the upper side and get to that key area of resistance at around the $0.02 mark. And once we get that to that area, we get rejected, we do not manage to break above it, and we break to the lower side, and that could take us back to around the $0.019 mark. And if we lose that key area of support, then it's possible that we continue unlocking even lower prices to our next key area of resistance of support at around the $0.017 mark. So those are the two possible scenarios that I expect to play out. And if I go back to the RSI, you can see we are trading at around the 47 mark, and that would mean even on the RSI we still have room to accommodate that downward move to the lower side. So if we see lower prices on the RSI that is supported, you can also see that here on the 4-hour MACD we have printed a bearish cross, and that is very negative because it would mean it's possible that we get that rejection and have room even on the MACD for us to continue moving to the lower side. So those are the key scenarios that I expect to play out, and I'll keep you updated on any movements on this chart.